everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me again. I just want to say thank you for everybody that took part in the poll or the vote. I don't want my channel to strictly be product testing or product reviews, even though that is a very large part of cosmetics, makeups, and things of that nature, because the common person's review can sway a consumer in either direction. So even though product reviews and product testing is very important, I don't want that to be strictly what my channel is about. So I decided to put out a poll and ask everyone if they would rather see a mermaid inspired makeup or a peacock inspired makeup. Now, for the most part, both of those are going to have a lot of similar colors, maybe have a similar look to them, but mermaid won, so I'm going to do my very best to do a mermaid inspired full face makeup. Now please understand, this is not a mermaid costume makeup. So I did go online, I did watch some tutorials on mermaid type makeups and things of that nature, and most of those were very involved. They were a lot on the more costume side of it, so please understand, I don't want anybody to watch this video and be exceptionally disappointed with the outcome. But I want you to understand that, you know, when I put out those polls and things like that, I hope that my intention was clear, that I wanted to do a full face makeup that was inspired by, in this case, the mermaid palette or the mermaid colors or the mermaid design. So this is not a full-fledged mermaid costume makeup. This is just an inspirational full face makeup, like I said, from that character. So as you can tell, I do already have my face prepped. I have used the e.l.f. Daily Moisturizer. I have used the Wet n Wild Photo Ready Matte Primer. I did go ahead and spritz my face with the the BH Cosmetics Setting Spray. And I did go ahead and do my brows because, I mean, it's not a costume makeup, so I don't want to look like I'm getting ready to go to a Halloween party. This is just an inspirational makeup, like I just got done explaining. So I did go ahead and do my brows. To do my brows, I actually used the Benefit Give Me Brow that I have been using for a while. For my foundation, I did go ahead and use the e.l.f. just full coverage buff makeup. I did put the concealer in my T-zone as well as my eyes and in this area right here. So this area is a little bit lighter than the rest of my face. The concealer that I used is the BH Studio Pro concealer. This stuff does work relatively well if you want that really bright look. And then I did use the BH Studio Finish or Studio Pro Matte Finish Pressed Powder to put all over. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this. I never want my videos to get boring. I just want to make sure that I'm being exceptionally thorough with what I'm doing and what I'm using. That way, if anybody does want to attempt to copy a look or reproduce a look or something like that, you do have what you need. So as I was saying before, this is going to be a mermaid inspired makeup, full face makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the BH Take Me Back to Brazil palette. The reason that I'm using this palette is because it does have all of those exceptionally bright colors that we are looking for a mermaid style. So I'm going to take my blending brush. My intention here is that I'm going to go from dark to light, but this is going to contain a lot of colors. So we're going to see how this works. I have not tried this before. I have not tested this before. I simply put out the poll. People voted. Mermaid won. And this is my inspirational full face makeup for Mermaid. So I think that I am going to go ahead and start with this purple right here. It is really dark, but we're going to start with this purple right here. And I have used the Take Me Back to Brazil in a couple of my videos before. I am just patting that on. I am not brushing. I am not doing brush strokes. I am simply patting this on. Okay. And then I'm going to move, let's see here, what am I needing to do? I already know that I'm gonna have to go back in and clean up the edges afterwards with colors like these. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this teal color right here. Gonna use the same brush, not to really mix my color, but this is a really fluffy brush. So I'm just trying to kind of layer my colors. And you know, there is going to be just a little bit of costumality, if you will, to this makeup, just for the simple fact that colors you're using. Obviously, this is not going to be a makeup that you are going to wear on a daily basis. This isn't a makeup that you're going to wear probably to the office. But you know, as many of you already know, the deal with being a beauty vlogger is that you have to have viewers, you have to have followers, you have to have shares, you have to have likes, and even if you have no intention of ever being famous or doing anything to that degree, if you just want your name out there just for the sake of your channel, you know, the way to do that and the way to get your notoriety is your audience. And so, you know, my deal is that if my audience is getting bored with product reviews or, you know, anything that I am currently doing, you know, I need to get new ideas. I need to move on to something new. That's not saying that I'm not still going to do product reviews. That's not saying that I'm still not going to do the things that I have been doing. I'm just simply saying that, you know, I wanted to mix it up just a little bit and do something different. So I have the two layers on right now. I have my purple and I have my teal. I think that I'm going to go in with a little bit of a light green. I'm not holding this correctly. Like right here. Usually in the movies and things of that nature, what you see mermaids portrayed at is typically the teals, the blues, the purples, and things like that. So I'm trying not to be heavy-handed on the bright colors, but it's also very difficult not to get vibrant colors if that's what you're working with. It's very difficult not to have those intense lines and things of that nature when you're working with very, very pigmented and very, very strong shaded colors. So just keep that in mind, please. It's not that I'm going overboard. It's not that I am exceptionally heavy-handed. These are very, very pigmented colors, as I've mentioned before. So it's very hard not to get intense results when you are using very, very pigmented colors. I am still using the same brush because this is a really fluffy brush. I'm going to go over here and grab this light pink. And I'm sure, I just kind of want to say that I am more than positive that if I had have actually practiced this look, you know, I would probably chosen different colors. I didn't really expect the purple and teal, just to be honest with you, to be that intense. Even though I do understand this is a highly pigmented palette, I really didn't expect them to be that bright. So I probably would have definitely chosen a slightly different palette. But again, this is a mermaid inspired. So in a nutshell, I mean, everything is not going to be perfectly blended in. Everything is not going to be mild. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I am going ahead and blending the ends of this out just a little bit so that it's not as intense, like so. Okay. Now this is actually a palette that I have never used in a video before. This is an Opal Essence BH Cosmetics, and it has exceptionally opal colors in it. I have used this a couple of times just on my own. So I'm going to take a little bit flatter brush, and I believe that I am going to go in here with some of this purple right here. It is very pearlescent, and we're going to see if we can tone this purple down just a little bit and give it a sheen to it. Cover some of that line up just a little bit, like so. I'm not trying to take away the purple whatsoever. I just want it to have that sheen that a mermaid is supposed to have. I think that's a key to the whole mermaid thing also, is that, you know, mermaids are very shiny. They're very pearly. They have a lot of intense pearlescence to them, if you will. I am also going to go in with this one right here. It is called Star. And again, you know, this isn't something that you're probably going to wear to the office every day, but I thought it would be fun to do. And what I am going to do is I'm going to go back to my Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and I am going to actually grab just a little bit of this purple just on a blush brush. The reason I am putting purple on my cheek is because I don't want, like I said a minute ago, I don't want this to be a complete, full costume mermaid makeup, but I do want something that is going to pull all of this together in the end versus just having a really, really crazy look. So I'm going to go back in with my Star pearlescent color. Alright, so I'm going to go in and I am just going to clean a little bit of these ends up. I did also really want to try the tape trick of, you know, taping upwards. but I didn't have that to my advantage tonight, unfortunately. I am going to go ahead and do my liner. I'm not going to do a whole lot of liner. I just want to put some on. Like so. And the liner that I'm using, just so you know, is the e.l.f. smudge proof, almost like a kohl. And you can always go back and even things out just a bit if you need to. And I am going to take an angled brush and go back to my Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and I'm going to grab some of that purple. And guys, I really sincerely did not mean for this entire makeup to be mainly purple. Purple is just one of my go-to colors. It always has been. It's something that really accents my eyes without having to always use blue. So I don't want anybody to be disgruntled about the fact that I am primarily using purple for a mermaid makeup. But just please understand that, like I just said, purple is my go-to color a lot because blue is just very, very tricky. I think I've mentioned it in other videos, you know, some people can wear blue and it look amazing on them, and some people, for whatever reason, cannot pull it off in any way, shape, or form. So I also have another palette from BH Cosmetics. This was actually a free gift with one of my orders. It is a Midnight City palette. This one is mainly shiny colors. So I am going to grab this one right here. It is very, very glittery. And I'm just going to add a little bit. It's right here. Kind of give it just a little bit of depth. Now, Alright guys, so this is the final product for the mermaid makeup. I hope that you're really not disappointed. I'm slightly disappointed, but there again, I said that I didn't want this to be a full-fledged mermaid costume makeup, but at the same time I think that that's almost what I had in my head. So I'm not disappointed with the colors. I'm not disappointed with the makeup within itself. I'm trying to decide if this is really the mermaid look that I was going for. But I think that the colors are spot on. I could have executed that line just a little bit better. But other than that, the opal essence on the cheeks. So yeah, I'm going to continue to do the polls. I'm going to continue to ask for your votes so that I can try to do different things and hopefully continue to get better. So again, I really appreciate everybody that participated in that. For the next couple of weeks, go ahead and look for a poll or a vote from me, probably either on Wednesday or Thursdays. I might have more, options. Things may change up a little bit. So yeah, just keep in mind that I am trying to do new things. Now that looks a lot better since I spreaded that out. Yeah, just keep in mind I am trying to do new things. I'm trying to try new things, and if you have a suggestion of something you would like me to try or an inspiration to a makeup, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for your support, for everyone watching, and I certainly appreciate it. Remember to follow me, like my page, like my posts, like my videos, and always feel free to share with your friends and family or wherever you see fit. Thanks.